Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, February 26th of 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording right about, 50 minutes prior to the U.S. session open. This is on my Vantage Markets. All right, well, it's starting to look like a turning point is approaching after the S&P 500 notched a fourth consecutive decline yesterday. To be fair, more stocks still rose than fell on the day, and it was largely big tech that led the index lower. A large part of the story is concerned that optimism around the potential for artificial intelligence to bolster earnings has peaked. So today brings more news on that front. Nvidia, the chip maker that has benefited from most from the AI frenzy, as its shares jumped 63% in the past year, reports earnings after the bell. Now, the company may be able to single-handedly revive the AI trade with another blowout quarter, but expectations are already so high that it could be a challenge to impress investors. So with that being said, let's speculate, let's analyze what that fluctuation yesterday showed us. So we saw that obviously after Friday, the market has been on a tear. It has been trending lower, as making lower highs and lower lows. Yesterday, the market came in and did respect it, or we did found support at the 21,000 psychological level. From here, it rebounded. It's still closed in the red today. We are seeing how the market is looking to fluctuate into the green. Now, let's speculate for a couple of seconds here in regards to this move down. So we understand that there is insider trading, right? So we understand that hasn't been really cured, the markets. Could this be a sell-off prior to that news today, which is going to come after the market closes? So could we have, would somebody have been saying, okay, let's just push the markets lower? We have been making higher highs, all-time highs, and now could this just be a positioning for those who have that information regarding this Nvidia? Will it come out blowing out, or will be short of expectations? Short of expectations could mean a continuation of this movement, downtrend, or this leg down. Obviously, a blowout could come in and say, okay, fantastic, great, and we can come back and trade above or back to those higher levels that we've been seeing throughout the year, so far this year. So therefore, let's take a look at where we should be placing our levels of resistance and supports. So one way, obviously, for us to come in and say how much more can we come in and retrace, well, we could go back, okay, in time and take a look where those previously levels of support were and resistance, supports turning into resistance, and resistance turning into supports. So therefore, we could come in here and look at previous swing lows. So this swing low here really is right where the market, almost nearly below where the market fluctuated yesterday. So we could use that as a first level of support, which is basically rebounding off the 50-day moving average. And then the second one will be the second swing low. So let's just use those swing lows. Now, also, if you look back, we see how this zone, this area, was previously a great level of support. Market did trade towards that level. It did fluctuated, made some long wicks, but it closed above that level, showing us that there's support here. And then we did see a parabolic movement to the upside. So that's basically a good level of support. We can identify this as a volume cluster, previous volume cluster. So therefore, that's just reassuring us that that area does have the previous volume of buyers to create that support. Now, as far as resistance, well, 21,400 jumps at me because rounded values are keen to be touched. Okay, the second one will 21,600 basically. So let's just leave it there around that level. Okay, and then we have here our support for the Nasdaq. Let's see if today, after when the U.S. session opens, it did open with a little tiny gap up, and we do have the 50-day moving average, giving this rally some support. So let's see if you'll continue as the market opens, or do we have some insider traders knowing that it's not going to be a blowout and more selling is going to be happening. All right. So as far as the S&P goes, really the levels were violated because yes, the market did fluctuate and cross those two levels, but we see that the 50-day moving average is basically horizontal. So let's just use that, continue to use that as a probable level of support. We could come in and adjust our second level to yesterday's swing low. All right. As far as resistance, well, let's just bring it down to more realistic levels of 60.25, and let's use yesterday's swing high as our probable level of support. So let's see if today, again, we are within range of yesterday's trading session, basically waiting for some more information. It is rallying, the stock, at least Nvidia, is rallying. It's up about 3% so far today. Then we have the Dow. Yesterday had a pretty wild swing also, but it closed in the green. So let's see. It didn't really violate our levels, so let's just keep them. Let's update our support to a 50-day moving average and yesterday's swing low, and let's leave that the same there. So let's see if we make another leg up. Crude oil, okay. So I spoke about crude oil yesterday that I was looking at it to be short. Crude oil, it was showing signs of continuation lower movement. Again, the Trump administration wants a cheaper crude oil. That should help out with inflation, he says. Well, $68 is a round psychological number, so let's just use that right there. And then 68.5 could be at another level. So let's use, in this case, let's use this level right, I don't know, let's just use 69.5 again for our resistance, and then 70 psychological value as our second level of resistance. Now, obviously, we'll be having that information coming out today, but the inventory coming out today, and so I'm going to speculate a continuation to a move down to 68 and see if it finds that support there. It's just screaming at me. So intraday selling crude oil. Nat Gas had a nice move to the upside. It broke our level of resistance, so we need to update that puppy. So that's gonna be 440 for today, and then I'm gonna use the upper band of the Bollinger Bands as my second level of resistance. As far as support, I'm gonna leave $4 as to become our second level, and 410 as our first one. So now what we did open gap down, tiny gap up has been closed. So this could be profit trade, not profit taking. So let's see if it'll rebound off these lows here created yesterday. Gold, wow, what a move to the downside gold had yesterday. Okay, so it did fluctuate way below our 2,900 second level of resistance. So therefore, today, what can we speculate for today? The market opened basically where it closed. It did fluctuate to the upside briefly, but it's quickly retreated. So let's see if the 20-day moving average will give it that level of support. So that's going to be our first level. Where is the second? Okay, here it is. So this is going to be our first level of support for today, and our second one, I'm just going to use 2870 as our second level. All right, as resistance goes so far, well, we are trending lower, so let's just use this 29.30 right around here as a first level of resistance, and the second level 29.50, because I have used it before, and it has shown that sellers are around that level, psychological. All right, so will we have another leg down for gold? It shied away, it moved away from the 3,000 marker, but hey, this could be profit taking, this could be repositioning and whatnot. So let's see if we are able to recuperate that movement to the upside. I'm still being bullish on gold. Okay, so we saw the same movement on silver, trending lower. So let's use the lower Bollinger Band and the 50-day moving average as support, which is basically coincides with yesterday's swing low. As far as resistance goes, let's use the 20-day moving average and yesterday's swing high for silver. So it is basically flattish right now. It has trended lower. I'm going to speculate that today will be one of those flattish days, you sideways trading, so careful on that one. Copper, it made a nice move to the upside. It broke our level of resistances. It didn't quite reach our second level, but 470 is going to be our first level of resistance, and then I'm going to use the upper Bollinger Band, which is right around 480, 10-cent channel. 20-day moving average of the Bollinger Band has my first level of support, and then yesterday's swing low as my second. Okay, I am going to be looking for trades as the market fluctuates down towards that 20-day moving average. If it does fluctuate all the way down there, I am going to speculate that it's going to be a reversal move on that, around that level. So looking for longs on that, around that level. Well, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin yesterday fluctuated lower. It went towards our level of support, 86,000. Okay, then it rebounded, but still closing the red. Today the market has opened basically where it closed, and it's looking to make another attempt lower. So I'm gonna basically leave the same levels that we had yesterday. I'm just gonna adjust our levels of resistance, 92,000, and I'm gonna use the 50-day moving average as my second. So I'm going with the trend which is trending lower, so might as well sell. The currencies, the euro yesterday fluctuated above 105. It wasn't able to sustain itself above that today. It did fluctuate a bit higher, but now it's retracing. So let's see how much of that retracement is gonna be done today. So basically, I'm gonna adjust the levels just to match the lines, the moving averages, but still speculating that the currency, the pair, will fluctuate higher. The pound also did that nice movement to the upside. Levels were just basically touched, violated, but not broken. So I'm gonna leave the same levels here and here. Resistance levels the same, because they, again, they were not even violated. They were not even touched. So okay, speculation to the upside again. The dollar index is the one that's going to tell us that direction. It did open gap down, has been closed. Now let's see if it'll sustain itself, or will it just stay here within this channel, just trading sideways. I think that's what's going to happen. All right, well, that's it for today. Have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.